Hey Turbo Trucker, welcome back. Behaves a bit too sleety. Yeah, it doesn't blow away as you move, that's the problem I have. Well, I'm not sure about that, ED. I mean, there's thunder sounds has changed, I think the lightning's probably changed. Maybe the clouds, I don't know. You can't wait for me to play more Hunter. Yeah, I need to try the new map out. The winter map. Wow, the rain's actually come back. It died right down and now it's come back again. Hunter Call of the Wild. It's on Steam. Yeah, I find rain soothing, Yoshi. Yeah, I used to do that, ED. It took me a while to judge the braking on the toll booth. Even now, if it every now and again I'll stop just short of it, because you have to get the icon in the cab, which is kind of counterintuitive. I think the zone they should have just made it into like a zone that you have to go into. Wow, this rain is getting heavier. Rain makes you sleepy. The one thing I am noticing though about the Volvo is the center of the windscreen. It's quite a large patch of rain that's not cleared up. You certainly wouldn't get that in a DAF. But yeah, it kind of feels like the right-hand windscreen wiper should be moved more to the left so that it kind of picks up what's going on in the middle. It's not in the right place, really. Like, it doesn't really matter if the passenger can't see that well. It's more important the driver can. Still a photo. Yeah, it has the aero kit on top you can adjust. You can have it like a higher one as well. That's with a low roof line as well. You can get a higher roof line. Should it have sliding wipers instead of rotating ones? I don't know. I think the hay fever is slowly starting to calm down. It doesn't feel like it's quite as bad as it was a few weeks ago. But it's still irritating.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
How common are sleepers in Europe? They're very common. Obviously your day truckers don't need them, but they're pretty common. You see lots of trucks just on the road every night. Curtains drawn. Welcome back, Fire by Trial. Absolutely killed after a crazy workout. Hey, you volunteered for it. Yeah, my hay fever has been bad, but like I'm saying, I'm over the worst of it. I think the pollen levels are dying down a bit. Yeah, I guess. You probably paid for it as well, Fire, correct? Alright, see you in a bit, Infernal.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
I've heard about local honey, but the problem is like I don't like honey that much. So even if I bought local honey, I'm not sure how much I'd actually eat of it. No, you eat the honey. And then it's supposed to help with your hay fever. I don't know how effective it is. When all's said and done, like, there is no magic cure for hay fever, because if there was, we'd all be using it.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit. In 200 meters, turn right. Turn right. You have reached your destination. Well done, although frankly I did all the hard work.
No, it's basically a genetic thing. It's a response to, like, it's your body responding to what it thinks is like a foreign particle. It tries to attack it. It produces histamine. All the symptoms of hay fever are common in people who have dust allergies as well, or pet allergies. They're all the same thing. It's an overproduction of histamine in response to a perceived threat, when the particles like hit your nose and hit your eyes and that kind of thing. And it's pretty much genetic. It's kind of hard to fix. You're allergic to cats and you have cats. Well done. That's a well thought through thing you did. Negative. It can arrive from nowhere, Beaker. It can, but it's pretty rare, but it can. Like, your body goes through changes about every 7 years, and I have seen people, like, suddenly start reacting to it, but not in anything like the way you would if you had it from birth, so. I mean, I never had hay fever until I hit about 10, 11 years old, when I started to change, and then boom, it hit me really hard, which is super weird. Yeah, but Bulzy, have you ever tried lubing up your nose with Vaseline? All you can smell for the rest of the day, all you can smell is petroleum jelly. It's just not fun at all. Right, I'm just going to go and grab a cup of tea because I think Mrs. Squirrel's out, so I'm just going to get a cup of tea. I shall be right back and we'll carry on. Oh, a cup of tea later. All hail the chair. If you say so. Right. Do I drive through the night or do we make it daytime? Let's go for a night drive. AN4211. Thank you for gifting 4 subs, AN. Appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Adeptus, Burner, and Phoenix, and Bam Live. If you just got gifted a sub, AN4211's the man.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Let's see. Nope, we don't want to go. Whoa, that's a bit far.
Welcome back, Nutter.
We'll do an overnight run of some concrete pipes.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Are you ready for some safe and reliable instruction?
Very disappointed with the chicken tikka.
Yes, us to help you along. Let's get started. Drive safe.
I don't like tikka that much. Out of all the curries, tikka's the one that makes you stink the most.
Turn left. At the roundabout,
I
take
do
the
miss
second
it, yeah.
exit.
I think it's called Real Company Names, I can't remember.
Exit.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Due 1911. Doesn't time fly when you're having fun? What can I say, Dew? You're almost on 6 years, mate. Thank you so much for 71 months of support. I used to enjoy Indian food, but since it's become Americanized, it all tastes the same. I think it is different in different countries, though. You know, Birmingham's got some amazing curry places. So's Manchester.
Keep left.
Welcome back.
You hadn't worked it out in years. Yeah, 6 years, man. In a few weeks' time, the first person to hit 6-year sub. You could be one of them. If you go to Insomnia, Connor, and you want to go to Curry Place, you're going to have to drive into the city. There's nothing around Insomnia. It's a few miles away. There are good curry places to go to, but not around NEC. So you're going to need a car, really, or a taxi. If you just go into, like, when you get to Insomnia, just go into Google Maps, put curry restaurant or something like that, and it'll come up with all the restaurants in the area, and then just click through and look at the reviews.
Keep right. And then exit right.
Omega, thank you for 10 months. Supramentalist, welcome back.
Exit right.
Do you know what? I think we had 3 hours to get there. I think we should be okay, actually. Isn't curry a spice soup? Nah. It's not a soup. Curry is a sauce, and you tend to cook meat into it. And there are many kinds of curry.
At the roundabout, take the second exit. Exit. Keep right, and then turn right.
A Lang LKW.
Turn right.
Takeaway I ordered from had a 4.8 out of 5 rating. I think all of them are fake now. If you look at how many ratings it's got, Aki. Put it this way, Aki. A 4.8 out of a 5 rating for a restaurant with 15 reviews versus a 4.8 out of 5 rating for a restaurant with 2,500 reviews.
At the roundabout,
What
take
is
the
more
third
likely
exit.
to be trustable? You know? Thank you for 32 months, Guzzy. So close on the 3 years.
Exit.
And PJ, thank you for 34.
Turn right. You
Only just-
have reached your
only just made
destination.
that.
Well done, although frankly I did all the hard work.
Yeah, so whenever you look at a rating, always look at the number of reviews to get that rating. Oh yeah, same with hotels, same with Amazon purchases. Like, every single purchase with ratings, always look at the number of ratings. And then read through some of the comments and see what, like, problems people had. It's only the same as Steam, really. Like, you look at Steam and look at the comments, some of them are ridiculous. Downvoted. Played the game 10 minutes. Refunded because it wouldn't work on my old Atari 2600. Is that what?
Tires, check. Lights, check. Wipers, check.
Time for a tea. Check.
Triple check. Let's go.
You notice R Factor 2 got review bombed during the summer sale. So, okay,
Turn left.
when you say review bombed, what do you mean? Does that mean that they paid for
Take the
reviews,
first
or
exit.
what does that mean?
Exit.
Or does it mean it was on offer and loads of people reviewed it?
In 200 meters, turn left.
In 200 meters, turn left. I love the way you recorded the microphone. Did any of the subs try the Yoda voice pack? I don't know. A bunch of reviews came in all at once, many having less than 1 hour of playtime. So a lot of people basically bought the game and refunded it. I mean, this is the downside of the whole review thing, the whole refund thing with Steam, is that there are plenty of people that just buy a game, play it for less than 2 hours and refund it, then do something else. And with something like R Factor 2, I'll be amazed if they even got it working in 2 hours.
Keep right.
I think maybe reviews on Steam should be sorted by playtime, you know? Like, I really don't trust anybody's review that's played it for like 20 minutes I don't really care for their review, you know. There's nothing they're gonna say that I'm gonna think, oh yeah, you clearly know this game, Mike.
Keep right.
What is the point of reading somebody with a review who's refunded it and played it for 20 minutes? They shouldn't even be able to review it. I mean, it's just absurd. Devil Dude, thank you for gifting a sub to Mark21Feb. Welcome, Mark, to the Nut House. And if you guys have just subbed or you are a sub, don't forget to apply for the convoy. If you love this game, we're doing a convoy in 3 weeks for subs. And you've got 2 weeks to apply. Exclamation mark convoy if you want to apply. You like the reviews where the person has 80 plus hours and doesn't recommend the game? I've seen reviews from people with like hundreds of hours and they've reviewed it down. And they've said things like, you know, this used to be an amazing game, but the devs are taking it the wrong direction. And then they say, and they don't just say things to go, here's why. Like, they did this wrong, they did that, this used to work this way, that doesn't work like that anymore. Like, they give you a comprehensive breakdown. It's like Rocket League getting a ton of negative after Epic bought it out. Yeah, Rocket League was like a much loved game until Epic bought it, and now there's loads of negative Steam reviews saying, you know, I won't be able to buy this. And then there's a lot of misunderstoodness as well, like, oh, I won't be able to play with my friends when it goes to Epic. Like, that's not true. You've got nearly 5,000 games. What? 5,000 games? And how many have you actually played? Like an hour? Aren't people just making reviews to have Steam achievements? Well, there is an element of gaming like that, yeah.
Keep right, and then exit right. Exit right.
Caution, mind your speed.
Oh, sorry, you meant you've got 5,000 matches in Rocket League. Alright. I misunderstood what you meant by 5,000 games. $5,000 matches is nothing. Well, you say 5,000 matches is nothing, but if each match takes 5 minutes, that's a lot of minutes. $5,000 games equals casual. Right, okay. If you played Rocket League back-to-back 5-minute games, the most you would get through is 20 games an hour. Sorry, 12 games an hour. Yeah? At 5 minutes long. 12 games an hour. And then you're saying 25,000 minutes. Like, 5,000 games is not much. Look how many hours you've done in ETS2. Yeah, it's a fraction of that. Cotton Eye Joe, welcome back. Goals delay the timer, so it's more like 7. Well, that is true. But some matches will cut short as well, you know. Sometimes you get thrown into the middle of a match, or sometimes the match will end early and that kind of thing. So it kind of averages itself out a bit. Your main has 1,200 days played in WoW. You have a Death Knight's on 600. Yeah, but I mean, Warcraft is like a game that's been playable for over 10 years. And lots of people have played it for that long. So it's on a different scale. Like, Rocket League's been out, what, 2 years? 3 years? Something like that. Probably about 2 years, I'd guess. And it's kind of like a 5-minute game. It's a pick up and put down kind of game. You can play it for 50 minutes and then just go and do something else. With Warcraft, you tend to be in there for many hours. 4 years, is it really? Rocket League's been out for 4 years. Wowzers. I remember the game coming out. Blimey. Time flies. Look at that. It's like daylight. Elite Dangerous is your second most played game, 274 hours, Oliver Eck. I think I've got like over 400 in Rocket League. That's possibly my second most played game on Steam. World of Warcraft, I can't remember how many hours I have in that game. A lot, but that's not on Steam. I played that game every day for years. ETS2, probably about 5 or 6 years, I think. It depends whether you count as on Steam or not, because it was out before Steam. You have 3.5k in Rocket League. That's a lot of Rocket League. Enceladus, do you really have 1,000 hours in Factorio? Man, you're addicted, mate. $5k in CSGO. I wonder what Whiteland's got in CSGO. I should have a look. I should have stayed in that lane. Yeah, you see, public safety down. FSX is a weird one, though. Like, if you've got 4,700 hours in FSX versus, say, 4,700 in Rocket League, there's a huge difference. Like, in FSX, a lot of that is going to be, like, autopiloting. You know, stick on autopilot, hands off, do other things. Heck, you can even do, like, an overnight long-distance run where you're playing the game, but you're not really playing the game. Not like Rocket League. Like, you can't autopilot Rocket League. You've played Escape from Tarkov for 1,500 Helix. I've played that game a few times. I like watching people play it. I'm just not sure if it's the learning curve of Tarkov that puts me off. It's the steep learning curve. You know, you've got to learn the exit points on the map. You've got to learn how equipment works. You've got to grind the NPC ratings and that kind of thing. It's all that stuff that puts me off. Like, it's quite a serious kind of shooter. Uh-oh.
Caution, mind your speed.
Around 3,000 manual piloting a helicopter. Oh, that's cool. You flew 2 continents in Dodo Sim. That's pretty impressive. You've certainly got your money's worth out of it. Does the truck come with flood? Well, I can turn them off if you don't want to be able to see anything. When you convert some of those game hours into days, it feels scary. The thing is though, Connor, when you convert it into days, if you're converting it into a 24-hour day, that's kind of meaningless because nobody does 24-hour days. If you converted it into an 8-hour day, like 8 hours is an average work day, yeah? If you converted it into 8 hours and said that's a day, that's how many days you could have just basically gone to work instead. Now that's scary. Well, Pringle, everybody can do a 24-hour day, but you can't sustain it. You can't just do it like day in, day out, can you? It's not going to happen. $3,000 hours of VTS2 at 8 hours a day is 375 days VTS2, so basically 1 year. So if you played Euro Truck 8 hours a day for an entire year, you'd do 3,000 hours. Which is more than what you would do in a working year if you had a job. Really, full-time jobs around 2,000. I'd have to work it out fire by trial. I'm sure it varies with every country. But, you know, I've had contracts, I've had work jobs where I've been contracted for 35 hours, 37 and a half hours, and 40 hours a week. So it depends on that as well. And then it depends whether they're paying you for, like, how many holidays, paid holidays do you get a year? Which is effectively a working day, but you don't work. You just get paid for it. How many in ETS2? On Steam, 1,789. Plus probably 250 outside of Steam, so maybe about 2,000 in total on Euro Truck. What do I think about the sub-only stream option? I think it's a storm in a teacup apocalypse. I've had to laugh at the whole thing on Twitter about people going, oh my god, Twitch is introducing sub-only streams. Like, what kind of a streamer is going to be sub-only streaming? And it's a case of no, you're not thinking about this the right way. Like, for a normal streamer, they are not going to use sub-only streaming mode. Well, they might do a special event once a week, maybe, but day in, day out, they're not going to use that option. It's completely stupid. Why would you do that? You're never going to get discovered. Like, nobody can watch your stream unless they're subbed, and if they can't see what you're doing, they're not going to sub, are they? That's not what it's for. It's about paywall stuff. It's about people who want to run channels that are paid to access, like a kind of a Netflix approach. It's for a different set of streaming channels entirely. So all these people getting upset about it just makes me laugh. It's not a money grabber. It really isn't. It's just insane. Why do people say things like it's a money grab and it's like it's going to destroy Twitch? It's not. It's another option. For channels that want to use that, they can use it. It's an extra thing. A normal streamer like me is not going to use sub-only mode. They're not going to do it. They're not going to sub-only stream. Unless they've built up a huge audience and they say to their guys, like, right, every Monday is going to be a sub-only stream. They might do that. Personally, I don't think they will, but they might do that.
Right.
But if you've got somebody like, I don't know, I see it covering more live action stuff, really, like live events. Think of it that way. Think of it a bit like Sky Sports. Sky Sports covers a boxing match, right? In order to watch that boxing match, they put it behind a paywall. So you can buy a ticket to watch the boxing match. Yeah, and then you can watch it live. I see it more like that. It's for live coverage of an event. Sky could even, well, they won't, but Sky could have a channel on Twitch and just say, if you want to watch this boxing match, sub only, you can watch it. It's more like that. It is. It's a kind of a box office thing. It's not what you're seeing on Twitch day to day. It's not aimed at that. Don't forget, Twitch used to be a platform for live streaming games, but a couple of years ago they changed it so it's just a live platform. And that's when you started to get IRL channels and all the rest of it. It's a live platform. Gaming streaming doesn't really work on that submodel, but other things do. And it's not a money grab, it's just Twitch offering something to the people that want that.
And then
They'd be crazy not to have the option. I'm sure they've done the market research and they know that there are channels out there that will use it. I'm sure they've done it.
turn right.
Tech James, thank you for 33 months. Keep up the great work. Thank you, sir. Oh, Connor, Twitter's just hilarious. Twitter's just got so many crazy people on it. With so many throwaway comments. Yes, Rye, OTT means over the top. You can't use sub-only mode if you're playing any Blizzard, Steam, Riot. Yeah, this is the other thing that's emerged as well. And this is why...
Take the second exit.
This is also why I say to you that it's not aimed at gaming streamers. Because, as is now quite rightly been pointed out, there are a number of games that you cannot live stream behind a paywall. It's against their terms and conditions. So you cannot do it.
Keep right.
But it was never aimed at game streamers.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
You've seen non-stop Love Island trending for the last 4 weeks. If you want to know what a money grab looks like, look at Love Island. It's
Continue
unbelievable.
straight.
It's like it takes over people's summer TV now. I don't even watch it, but you know, all the ladies in my house watch it. Every time I walk in, it's on. They're talking about what such and such has done. It's just unbelievable. Love Island, the TV series. What I find ridiculous about this year's Love Island is that it's full of people who are already like
At the roundabout,
bloggers
take the first exit.
and Instagrammers. Like, it's full of people with followings anyway, not random people. And you can see, like, from the little I've seen of it, they've all come onto the show and they're all so boring. They're all so bland. Because they weren't, like, traditionally, with a show like that, like Big Brother, you'd pick a whole lot of people
Keep right.
that have very different
then
ideas
turn right.
and values, and then you put them in the same place, and inevitably
Turn right.
arguments would break out and all the rest of it, and that makes good TV. But this year they've started with people who are already famous, and they're all boring. And none of them, because they've all got followers outside of the show,
Turn left.
they've effectively got a lot to lose, so they're not edgy anymore. None of them are edgy. They're all really bland. So I think they made a mistake with that.
200 meters, turn left. Turn left. You have reached your destination. Well done, although frankly I did all the hard work.
You've given up on terrestrial TV. Don't blame you. I watch satellite TV.
Welcome back, Nutter.
Muskim, welcome back. Better watch TV, Heyman. What do you watch?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Woohoo! Keep up the good work, Muskim. Love the Snapnap voice. Thank you for half a year, sir. Only watch TV if there's something good on. How much American TV did you watch when you're in the States? Connor, I cannot, for the life of me, understand how anybody can watch TV in America. Honestly, it is absolutely the most awful TV. I would rather go to Germany and watch German TV, and I can't understand the word they're saying, than watch American TV. It is so bad. Especially trying to watch a movie in the States. Every 10 to 15 minutes there's an advert, and the adverts are like 5-10 minutes long. So you watch a film in little tiny pieces with lots of massive amounts of advert. Oh, and the amount of adverts that are just like medical adverts. And every time they have a medical advert, they list all the side effects that it can possibly cause. Warning, may cause death. You're like, what? It's just weird. I honestly, if I lived in the States, I'd just watch YouTube and Twitch. I wouldn't bother with TV. And that's, honestly, that's the truth. Except maybe like the big games. I might watch the big games, but that'd be about it. Anybody that's from America complaining about adverts on YouTube would be a deep, deep irony. Well, there you go. Pickle, there you go. That's exactly what I'm saying. No, it's awful. I don't know how you can digest TV in America. It's out of control out there. The adverts are out of control. Truck tires. Chocolate. 24 tons of chocolate. Right, chocolate it is. We'll do that. You're American, you watch British TV all the time. Would lie to you, Father Ted, but mostly YouTube. Boeing. I don't mind adverts. I just, in the UK, we kind of have them in between programs. Sky kind of added a bit more to the mix. Like traditionally, you'd get adverts like every 15 minutes or every 30. Sky kind of changed it a bit and did a bit more, but it's still nothing like the States. Everything is about adverts in basketball and NASCAR. Any flat surface is plastered with adverts. Yeah, that's true in Europe as well a bit, I think. Like if you look at football matches in Europe, you've got those billboards with animations on it. I don't know how the footballers aren't distracted by it. It's just constant flickering. Like they look at the goalkeeper and behind him is just a load of animated boards. You have ads every 10 to 15 minutes in Australia. It doesn't sound any better. Majority of younger people seem to getting rid of cable in the US, from what I've heard. One of the reasons is because of the ads and how other services don't show that many. Yeah, this is the thing, Copper. Since the internet came along, they've now got an alternative which doesn't have the insane amount of ads that people have effectively grown accustomed to. The angle in a way the players don't see them. Interesting. A lot of sports ads are just green screen. Really? I didn't know that. I mean, even the ads on YouTube are like skippable mostly. If you watch any TV and watch adverts, they're not skippable. That's why a lot of the TV that I watch is basically recorded content. So I'll go onto YouTube and I'll series link YouTube. I'll go onto Skybox and I'll record something I want to watch, or I'll series link it. And that way I can watch it and skip through the ads. And if I watch something live, I'll tend to pause it at the start, go make a cup of tea or something, come back, and I've built up enough of a buffer that I can more or less fast forward the adverts. I don't tend to watch online TV, Bullseye. I tend to just use the Skybox for TV. The American football, all the lines in the fields and ads are ground are not really there. Right, so they're just... Yeah, okay. Well, that's a new thing, Carl. Like, I've only heard about this in the last week or so, that YouTube has started to run 2 adverts in the pre-roll now. So at the start of watching a video, they're starting to throw an ad, which you then can skip, and then it throws another ad out. And that's causing some pushback on YouTube. A lot of people are getting a bit upset about that. I think it's the psychology of... I think it's a psychological thing of skipping an ad only to be shown another one is what people are getting upset by. Well, ad blocker Jones solves a problem for you, but it doesn't solve the problem for content creators. In fact, it stops their income, but that's a different conversation. Like, I can't make content on YouTube for free. I just can't do it, Jones. So, and the only income I get on YouTube is some ads. That's the only way I generate revenue on YouTube. So if everybody in the subscriber base blocked ads, I would get no income and I can't pay my bills. That's a fact. The only reason that I can do it is because there's enough people who don't block ads to make it work. Good night, Bullseye. Thank you, Chris. If you skip an ad, yeah, because it's still served, so you still get income. Yeah, it's a balance, Vanilla Donut. It always is. Like, serving ads is a balancing act. It's a case of trying to serve more ads to an audience that if you push too far will block them. That's always the case. People accept a certain amount and then they're just like, I've had enough. It's true of everybody, but we all have different tolerances. Some people are like, I am not watching an ad. Other people will sit through any ad. YouTube Premium, Tour Bud. If you have YouTube Premium, then from my understanding, Tour Bud, if you have YouTube Premium, then YouTube will give me something, but I have no idea how much they give me because it's based on the videos that you watch. It takes the amount that you pay and somehow it splits it amongst all the channel creators that you go and watch. But how it does it is not documented. YouTube, Google are very opaque about this. They're very opaque about income generation on ads. So yes, it's true that if you pay for premium, I don't get nothing, but do I get the same amount as if you'd watch the ad? I don't know. I honestly, no clue. Let's just say that it's unlikely that they'll pay me more money than I would have got from an ad. Very unlikely. It's more likely that I get less money. But to what extent, I don't know. Yeah, but again, Wackaday, creators get paid, but how much are YouTube skimming off the top? And how are they splitting that money? That's not true, Cuddle. Like, literally, Google cannot operate like that. I don't know where you get things like that from. To say that Google... Fantastic! It's just a throwaway comment, Cuddle. You're saying that Google and YouTube make no money from ads, and they make all the money from selling your information. Is absolute trash, isn't it? Let's face it. They would be sued by the EU if they did that. If they sold all the citizens of the EU's information to companies, how much of a fine do you think they would get? It's not facts, dude. It's not facts at all. In the case of YouTube Premium, the house always wins. Lol. Connor, have you ever thought about doing the join a channel thing on YouTube, where it's $5 a month? Join a channel thing. What is that, Connor? Oh yeah, Copper. I'm pretty certain that YouTube keep most of the money. You can join as a user for €5. Oh, you probably get people joining saying sell out. Can you imagine? Paid subs on YouTube where there's a join button under the video. It's like subbing on Twitch. I have seen that, but don't you have to offer something in return, don't you?
I'm ready. Are you ready yet?
You have to offer some benefit to those paying, I think.
Is not responsible for that directional advice or the smell coming from your glove box.
It's mainly for live streamers. That's what I thought. Yeah, custom chat and comments and stuff, yeah. So yeah, apparently I could stream on YouTube, right?
Turn right.
But here's what I can't do.
In
I
200
can't
meters, turn right.
I can't stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time.
Right.
And if I stream on Twitch, I can't put the content on YouTube for 24 hours, but I can stream on YouTube if I wanted to. Just that Twitch says if you broadcast onto Twitch, there's a 24-hour exclusion zone before you can put it somewhere else. But if you stream to YouTube, I don't think they've got the same thing. Yeah, for partners.
Keep left.
Connor, that's what the contract says. It used to be that you couldn't stream on YouTube if you were a Twitch partner, but it's not like that. It's been changed subtly. You can't stream on YouTube at the same time. Yeah, affiliates have the same contract, exactly. I think it was changed around about the time they brought affiliate programming.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Biggest scam on YouTube is called Super Chat, where they take 30 to 40% of what you donate.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
How is that different to Twitch taking 30% of your bits?
Exit.
Mr. Mub? Hope you're well. Can't beat a better Sunday night trucking. Thank you for 3 years, Mr. Mib.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Streaming on YouTube sucks anyway.
Exit.
The community is way too toxic, Baz. That's because they don't really have a community. You see, the difference between Twitch and YouTube is this. On Twitch, the viewers, as in you guys, are used to hanging out together. It's almost like you're in a theatre, really, and you're kind of in there with other people. Live, yeah? So what you're saying is being seen by other people and reacted to by other people. So you can't just make throwaway comments because other people will react to it. On YouTube, it's just not the same. People just go there and make throwaway comments and then go and watch a different video. Very rarely come back. It's not a community because you were never sharing an experience together in the first place. You just watched a video. That's the only thing you have in common. And that's why it's different to Twitch.
Happy anniversary, Natter.
Friskaham. It's only been 3 months sub, but I've been watching for a while. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much, sir. It's down to 50. Well, Iliki Twitch was always built as a live platform. It's never tried to be anything else. So everybody that came to Twitch knew what they were getting into. YouTube has always been a pre-recorded platform that bolted on streaming later. And you can't take a pre-recorded subscriber base, if you like, and make it into a live stream one. It doesn't work too well. Those people are not used to hanging out with each other.
Exit.
Do you know, I'm surprised there's not a Concorde. You know, there's a shuttle. I'm surprised nobody's done a Concorde. So YouTube failed the streaming thing. I wouldn't say they failed the streaming thing. They've come up with a live platform. Like, it is possible to broadcast things live. As you know, SpaceX, for example. SpaceX broadcasts live.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
But again, if you watch a SpaceX broadcast on YouTube, it's not a community watching it. It's just a whole bunch of people who now and again make a throwaway comment that nobody else responds to. You know?
Continue straight.
The fuel cost would be too high to add Concorde. No, I'm talking about in the truck. Like, you see how we've got a shuttle hanging down in the truck? I'd like a Concorde model in the truck. That's all I'm saying.
You have reached your destination. Well done. Although, frankly, I did all the hard work.
So yeah, so live streaming on YouTube works, but not if you're in the business of trying to engage with your audience. Then it's a completely different proposition. Let's see what trailers we've got. Actually,
Welcome back, Natter.
that one.
Happy anniversary.
Ice Stiggy, welcome back. Thank you for 23. Hey, Muffins. What equipment do you use for this game? I see the wheel against it. What's the other thing? Have a look at the specs. Thrustmaster TX leather wheel, Thrustmaster, what's it called, TS 500 or something shifter, I can't remember, and a farm sim controller.
Sitting comfortably?
Seatbelt on. Ready? Good. Then let's begin the tour.
TH8, that's it.
Welcome back, Nutter.
TH8 shifter. If you watch a large channel and look at their chat, 70% of the messages are missed by the streamer. That's why I like smaller channels. Mr. Sutherland, I mean, there are two sides to the coin, aren't there? On the one hand, if you've got a large amount of people in chat saying a lot of things, it's very difficult for a streamer to see what you've said. Because chat can be moving way too quickly.
Turn right.
But on the other hand, I've also seen large streamers who pretty much have no interest in reading chat anyway.
Continue straight.
Like, I've seen a lot of FPS streamers who play with other people, and they barely read chats. It's like they're basically gaming with their friends, and you just happen to be watching, and they don't really engage with what you're saying.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
But, you know, they're doing pretty well out of it, so obviously the people watching don't mind that.
At the roundabout,
From my
take
point of
the first
view,
exit.
Twitch is all about interaction.
Exit.
I see it as an opportunity for the streamer to engage with the audience. Like, I don't think it should be anything else, but if you're not after interaction, it doesn't matter. Well, there is a slow mode, and there's also sub-only mode. There are ways around it. Like, if you go into a stream and the chat's just flying past with emoticons and, you know, spam and all the rest of it, like, not only does the streamer not read your messages
At the
ever,
roundabout, take the
but
third
he
exit.
doesn't actually care that his chat is like that, which I find very strange. Good evening, Mrs. Arsenic. How are you doing?
Exit.
Are you well? You can't be a big streamer and interact with everyone. No, of course not. But I'm talking about ones who don't even interact. How am I doing, Mrs. Arsenic? I'm doing okay. Not bad.
Continue straight.
What have you been playing recently, Mrs. Arsenic?
Welcome.
What's your the game that you're hooked into? Dirty Kerwa, thank you for subbing. Welcome to the net house. Thank you very much for your support. What, you can't remember what you've been playing? You think audiences are different? Well, I enjoy watching streams. I really sit and watch. Usually I play something else and just look over. Oh yeah, totally, audiences are different. Oh, great. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, if you care about interaction or not. Absolutely true. But there are a lot of people who even though they don't say much themselves, even though they don't type, they love the chat. They love watching the chat as well. Like, there are plenty of people who lurk. It's like people who go to a pub and then sit quietly and let everybody else chat. It's like that. They're not really chatting, but they like people chatting, if you see what I mean. Like, to them, it's not just about the stream, it's the stream and the chat interaction. They don't participate in it, but they like to watch it. Like legit Rob. Everybody does it differently. You're boring to watch someone who don't care about reading the chat. I personally, I feel that way as well, but there are people who don't.
At the roundabout, take the first exit. Exit.
One day you're going to upgrade to Windows 10 and might have a smooth City Skylines experience. Once your city gets above about 150,000, you pretty much won't ever have a smooth experience. Skylines is very CPU bound, and once it has to process thousands and thousands of things moving around, it just starts to break down.
At the roundabout,
I think I get
take the
like
second exit.
20 FPS or something in Skylines now, with 250,000 people, and it only gets worse. Tom Red Football, thank you very much for subbing, Tom. Welcome to the Net House, sir.
At the roundabout, take the first exit.
Yeah, exactly, Mrs. Arsenic, the CPU.
Exit.
You hate going to a party where you only know a few people there. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm the same,
Keep
Connor.
right. And then exit right.
I'd rather go to a party with people I know. It sounds ridiculous, but I just don't like it. Exit right, really?
Continue straight.
Yeah,
At the roundabout,
they do go out of
take the
date.
third exit.
Depends how old it is, Mrs. Arsenic. I mean, it should be good for a few years, really. You're going to a party in a few weeks and you're dreading it.
Exit.
Yeah, I get you, Boeing. Two or 3 years, but your hard drive is upgraded. Okay. Well, an SSD would speed things up. I mean, if you ever do a new PC, Mrs. Arsenic, I'd say don't bother buying hard drives unless you really need to. Like, just get SSDs. You could use a hard drive for backup, but you got an SSD for Christmas and it's still in the drawer. Oh my god. You're probably better just buying a pre-built machine then, Mrs. Arsenic, because you sound like the kind of person that just wants to have a working computer, but you don't want to know how it all kind of is put together. Just buy a pre-build. On your next PC build, you're going to be a dedicated Linux one. Linux can run on rubbish hardware, so it depends what you're trying to build, I guess. Your hubby built it. When you upgrade it, just ask him to tell me and he can turn it on. Fair enough. TJ Vale, welcome back. The plan for the SSD was to install it and put that OS on it. But hang on, Mrs. Arsenic. If your husband built the PC for you, surely it's his job to actually fit the SSD anyway. So if it's still in his drawer, it's because he's not done it. right? Because there's no way you're going to
Continue
fit it.
straight.
There's no way you're going to fit that. It's a bone of contention. He keeps saying, why haven't I let him put it in? Right, okay. So it's your fault. What the heck? Okay, I'm on the curb apparently. It's normally the other way around in my house, Mrs. Arsenic. It's normally my fault. Archbee, welcome back. Whoa! Hello? That was close. You're always in trouble. Lol. Mickey D, the 8x4 configuration in Eurotruck is always an overkill. We have been hauling other things apart from this trailer. Grindock, how you doing? Windows 10 has too much trackery stuff. No, you just need to get the Spybot anti-beacon. Just as soon as you install Windows 10, install Spybot anti-beacon, and that'll stop it tracking and calling home, and you're done. And then you can just carry on using Windows 10 as normal. Did you see the new Iveco? I don't know if I've seen it, Roy. Shut Up 10 is way better than Spy Beacon. It blocks more and it's free. Anti-beacon costs money now. Oh, does it? I've still got the free version, to be honest, Raven. I don't know anything about Shut Up 10, but I've always been happy with Spybot. But yeah, to be honest, even if it costs money, I'd still pay for it because you know I know what it's doing. It tells me everything that it's going to do, gives me optional stuff, and then just gets on with it. It's like a fire and forget. You're chilling on a beach. No wonder they call you Happy Boy. Just you. Stream's fine. What kind of stuff does Windows 10 send? It's all telemetry data, Rob. When you fire up Spybot, it lists all the things it's going to block, and each one it tells you what Windows is doing. Go to the website, it'll tell you. Go to the Spybot anti-beacon website, and it will tell you all the stuff that it blocks. And that's what they send back. You're a profile, Mrs. Austin. I have to laugh the way you call yourself profile. So, Mrs. Arsenic, are you doing a McDonald's breakfast stream tomorrow? Because I've not seen one of those in a long time. You know, just to sort of, just to tempt you here that you may be wondering, can you even remember what it's like? You're on a diet that's lasted more than 1 day. Well, that's good. Let's end it tomorrow. J4s, thank you for subbing, J4s. Welcome to the house. Thank you for the nutty welcome. You love those McDonald's streams. It makes me laugh. She just gets in a car, eats a burger, and sits outside with the phone streaming, and then says, "Oh, I better go to work now," and then streams for another 15 minutes, and then says, "Yeah, I really should go to work now. The diet starts tomorrow." It normally starts at 9 and is over by 9:15. No, it's not. That's a lie. That's a lie. It's never over in 15 minutes. Oh, the diet. Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. Don't sound, yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about McDonald's, Beaker, is that they only do breakfast until 10:30. And I'm not, like, McDonald's breakfasts aren't that great, in my opinion. I'd rather just have a burger. Australia and New Zealand often have a 24-hour breakfast menu. I'd much prefer that. I'd like it to just sell breakfast as well as the normal stuff, but it's probably a logistic problem, like the machines that just don't have enough machines to do both. Blinky, thank you for 33 months, Blinky. Every time the girlfriend sees my sub-anniversary, she asks if I will make it that long. She asked if we will make it that long. Ah. What are you on? Blinky, what are you on sub-anniversary with the girlfriend then? You're rather fond of the egg and bacon McMuffin. I found the bacon really fatty and stringy. It's not cooked how I like bacon done with like crispiness to it. She doesn't even know. 22 years, Mrs. Arsenic. Scary, huh? Cheeky photo. The bridge has no pillars. Correct.